Kurtz, what do you make of the quality of that match? Because we were entertained.
I don't think anybody can be happy. Like, this was disgusting.
I think it was the best I've ever seen him play. So well played, Kurtz.
We're gonna host the rematch, guys, right here, and it's gonna be the exact same terms. 6 points again. I think it pretty much doesn't need any more introduction. I mean, this has been a lot of fun. And Kurtz, Gillian, if you guys want to just head right into it, I'll be following along. It's again, first to 6 points. I'll reiterate, points, not wins. So we'll do the same as last time. And yeah, you guys can challenge each other. And best of luck. Just mute yourself in the call.
Excellent. All right. Best of luck, Kurtz.
Hey, Yasser, sorry about that. I'm back with you.
No, not at all. I'm surprised you just didn't say, take no prisoners.
Well, I figured
that's what it felt like, right?
I figure, Yasser, they both got a beer. You know, they pretty much needed and deserved one, I would say, after that performance.
Absolutely. I have to come back down. Now, okay, after all of those perk defenses, mixed results, I want to say, we backed into an English. Backed our way into an English.
Yep. Sorry, just taking care of a few things here, Yasser, but the match has started. And again, Komodo Dragon started with the white pieces, but in a race to 6 points, the reason, just like the World Championship match, that it's an even number is so that those colors are distributed fairly.
Exactly. Now, in these positions, funnily enough, Shaq Memi has actually been experimenting with castles long, sticking his king on b1. But here we see g4. And again, this is Shaq has been doing some weird stuff, and this is right up Shaq's alley with g4, g5. Let's see if he didn't challenge and take on b5. Instead, he played knight e4. So, I'm still, the jury's out here is if who stands better and why. I can imagine that white likes some of his attacking potential. Queen c7, offering a trade of queens.
You're doing great, Yasser. Sorry, I just need 30 seconds.
No problem. No problem. I was just going to say, at some point you want to play as white h4 and h5 and g6, but you wanted to do it with queens. Now, knight c5, e5, of course, is not hanging, but you could consider it because there's the move d4. Oh, he didn't play it. He did not take on e4.
Right.
A moment ago, he could have taken twice on e4, e5, pardon me. Yeah, keep going, keep going.
e5, yeah.
Yeah, I apologize. Right. Yeah. So you could take on e5 twice, and then play d4, but he didn't do that. Yeah.
Would have still been around level after rook e4 takes h4.
Yeah. Yeah, more or less.
It's funny, the same tactic exists for black now if he wants it.
Right. Except
both guys could take on e5 or d3 right now.
Funny. Okay, rook c8 sets up some kind of a masked attack against the bishop on c3. Okay, finally white sidesteps a capture on d3.
Right. And both guys, it's no longer available for anybody. And I think Komodo Dragon here, the Irishman with a chip on his shoulder, he's showing that, hey man, I don't need my queen to attack you. I'm going to try to mate you anyway.
Exactly. Now here, though, again, because of that masked attack against the bishop on c3, I really like the idea of king e1 to d2, just protecting. Whoa!
He's trying to do that tactic we've been talking about for a long time, but bishop f6.
The knight on h4 is hanging. Oh,
there it is.
He didn't even want to see it. He just said, "Oh my God, what am I doing?" Again, if your pieces are protected, you're not going to fall victim to a tactic. But that knight on h4 was unprotected.
Yep.
Now, why is it that black likes this h6 move? That's just a
it's done it every time.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, it's a loss of a tempo early in the opening. You're just giving white a free shot in an English.
Yeah, and he's been taking. Well, in the past, by the way, Yasser, he played knight c3 every single game. So he
And
did switch up with this d4 move. That is, he might have gone to get a beer, Yasser, but he might have also hit the old chess base real quick.
Exactly. Not a bad idea. Now, the key question is, do these guys have trainers and seconds? Somebody who's in there giving them a little massage. You got him, you got him, you got this, you got this. MVL on, call a friend, something like that going on here.
Well, I think somehow Black has turned this into a pretty playable position, although myself, I'm not a big fan of that exchange. I would have maybe gone for the knight and try to just play d6, a5, and I don't like this knight on d5 here.
As an English the English opening player, I love the knight on d5 supported by the bishop. Ooh, I think white missed a big chance there with a4 because he could have ended up really dinging the black structure. If you have to play a5 and allow knight b6, and the pawn on d6 becomes a weakie as well.
Yeah, that's just going to be nasty.
But I think
d6 and then b6 always hangs right after.
Exactly. I think rook c1, he had it in his mind that he was going to play c5. But
what the heck just happened, Yasser? I mean,
blundered a pawn.
First of all, taking with the c pawn is usually one of the main ways to recapture. But apart from that, queen takes. I mean, I think he was planning queen b7 and just saw at the last moment, oops, rook b8, and somehow my queen is trapped in there.
Exactly. So he had to drop back, and he just had to. He had to accept he blundered a pawn.
Yep.
And by the way, that was a big pawn to give up. That pawn on b4 protected the c5 square, and now black has this nicely dominant knight on. He's going to have a minor piece on the c5 square, whether it be a knight or a bishop, and black is looking like he's in cruise control.
Yep. Yeah. This is a nice position, but I think it's been clear in this match so far that when
material
does not matter.
It doesn't decide the outcome of the game. Now here, black. Okay, I was about to say c6 runs into rook d6, and a very good thing it is. Tactic alert. Knight f5 check. Knight f5 check.
That is a very telegraphed one, but we've also learned that telegraphed threats do not necessarily get prevented.
Exactly. Now king f8. Now here, I don't know. The rook isn't that ideal on g5, but if I had a knight on f4, maybe I could make a case. Well, he's going for it. But here comes knight e6, I'm afraid. Knight e6 to meet you at the pass.
Knight e6, rook back to d5, no question. Yep.
Right, you're forced to do that. Now king back to g7.
The thing is, it's very tough, in my opinion, to make progress with black. You sort of have to concede if you want to go forward. You have to give a little bit. So that c6 move, is that sort of one of those concessions that, that d6 pawn's a little more tender. Rook should probably slide back to d3 or d2. And, white can just sort of operate on the light squares here and try to play quick. That's pretty much his game plan.
Well, yeah, play quick. I think you just hit a key there. Got to get in those moves fast.
b6. That's another concession, Yasser.
It is. That one I would have been a little bit more reluctant to give up, especially as the rook on e7 was defending. There was no g5. That's a different approach.
Yep, very aggressive.
Oh,
very aggressive.
No, you have to do it in the Russian style, Aman. In
very
such moments, aggressive, like Levon Aronia. Aggressive. Okay, holy smokes, the game just blowed up.
What are these? I'm not even keeping up with these moves, Yasser.
I don't know what's going on, but he's going to recapture with a knight, and he's banking on a rook f5 idea and maybe a knight e4 idea.
Yep.
Again, very aggressive.
Super. And with 20 seconds, he just has to move, Yasser. Offering a queen trade. What?
Okay. Bishop e4
Yep.
could kind of short circuit the queen trade. And with
I think any move's acceptable
extra,
here.
oh,
That's fine as well.
extra 10 seconds. Whoa.
I
Very
always
hard.
look in these positions, Yasser. I'm trying to figure out who realizes that they need to play fast first.
Right. And, like, who's pre-moving? Like,
Yes.
that's usually shows some confidence, right? It's really hard for me to guess what both players are trying to do or what trying to accomplish. I would try to play knight g5 myself, but no, he didn't. Whoa.
Bishop e3. It's lurking. Finally, it's taken. Knight takes f5. He's got 4 seconds.
Rook g3. No!
He didn't take it.
He could have taken the rook. Take the... Oh, check.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
Black is just not pre-moving enough.
True. Oh.
He didn't pre-move enough, Yasser. And it's like, I get the feeling that at the end, I mean, I know these guys are out for blood. I know they're going to be dirty if they need to, but it's almost like neither of them realizes that they have less than 5 seconds. You got to get that speed up. They're fast players. They just don't realize that they need to play fast.
Yeah, that alert signal that usually goes off in your brain when you realize you're that close to forfeiting the game. That hand speed, man.
Yep.
Time, boys.
And I think Kurtz is. I mean, he's in our call. I don't think his cam is fine. We see him on the cam there, but look, he's frantic.
Lagging?
He's frantic. I think he can't
could
move.
Be lagging.
He can't move. Oh, and there's controversy in Paradise. There's controversy. The game has been abandoned as Kurtz has disconnected.
Does this count?
And there is going to be an open discussion about whether this counts, as White does hold the advantage in this game after e4 and d4. White was advantageous.
No question about it, and I think it's got to go to the appeals committee.
Yeah, sir, we are putting you on the appeals committee.
Au contraire, I think that this calls for the FIDE president to resolve, because this is tough, and if not for the FIDE president, I'm suggesting Danny Wrench.
Well, they need to also quickly abort this game, and I think they're arranging that right now. Either play a few moves, offer a draw, or something like that. And somehow Amadan needs to get his white pieces again. Okay. I think they need to play moves and draw the game. Because I think I saw in the chat, Yasser, that Amadan was saying don't count it. You're saying don't count it.
So they got to abort again and replay that game?
Well, basically they just need to draw this game. So that it can just erase, just not count.
Gotcha.
1 second.
Juan, are you ready to make an official linesman decision? Like stand up, headset on?
Well, I'm losing my power. I can't even unmute myself in this call because Dan has me muted.
I'm losing my power.
Hold on. Let me fix that.
So the host muted you.
Yeah.
I mean, is that like your own celebrity? Is that like Bob Hope getting kicked out of his own celebrity golf tournament?
Here. One sec. Kurt's killing. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but this game definitely won't count because Killian needs the white pieces. So we need to not count this game.
I'm happy with the black pieces in this position, man.
Oh, we have an official offer from the sidelines. Killian is going to take a double black because he likes the position. Does the call on the field stand? They say play ball! Play ball!
Play ball. All right, cool.
The linesman called it. Play ball. How about that?
Play ball. That was an in-game decision, Yasser. The headset was on, and he was calling audibles with Tom Brady there.
Yes. Did the forfeit count?
No, the forfeit did not count, and he would like to take the black pieces twice. So that is 2 concessions there from Killian, but it's because Yasser, he said, look, I like my position.
Right. And who can blame him? I mean, he's got the D4 outpost, and let's face it, that's huge in these kinds of positions.
Yep. Definitely. Knight C2 does not quite... Oh, Queen E1. And he's going to take this one home.
Queen E1!
Oh! That's how you play on. Play the advantage.
Oh, play through. Oh my.
Wow. And look at that. That could be a huge momentum shift, Yasser. The disconnection, the tilt from Kurtz's side, wondering if it counts. Then getting the white pieces twice. He says play on, and then he beats him.
I know. I mean, we've seen it all. I mean, it's not the Montreal Miracle, but it's pretty darn close.
Wow.
Amazing.
Holy smokes. And what is this line here? I say line. I mean, I don't know what's a line anymore.
It looks like a mismash, a monster mosh.
A monster mosh.
Of bad ideas all congealing into one glob.
I mean,
like in I don't know. In those positions, by the way, I think it's a good idea not to play bishop g7, but to conserve that move.
Right.
To play like knight d7 first, with the idea that sometimes you can sneak in bishop h6.
Well, I'm looking at this position, Yasser, and it just looks like garbage for black.
Yes.
This looks very, very bad. Knight d5, bishop c5, and Kurtz here he's under pressure, big time.
Very, very dubious. But now, having said that, White has to be careful that, okay, imagine bishop e6, and he actually takes the pawn on a2, mindlessly takes the pawn on a2, and then suddenly you can't trap the bishop, and it's weird. Stranger things have happened.
And this match as well.
And in this match as well. I should say especially. Okay, he's giving... No, he doesn't have that.
Whoa.
Okay. If there are any children in our audience, please avert your eyes. You will never see a worse bishop than the one on g7.
It is the worst chess piece you have ever seen.
Okay, so do not do this at home. Do not do this to yourself. This is self-mutilation.
Oh my goodness, this is so tough to look at. But I will say, Yasser, the best thing he's got going for him is he's up on time. And I think that's valuable. If you're going to be in a terrible position, you better be up on the clock.
You need something going for you. Now, why is White playing g4, not putting a rook on d7 or doing something?
Well, I think, Yasser, he doesn't have the Karpovian approach. He's a ballistics expert. I mean, he's just gonna barrel down that g-file and look for the kill, I think.
And break through. I gotcha. Okay, that's it. He knows kill mode, and that's it.
Yeah, maybe f5 as well.
Well, he's kind of resetting for...
I thought f5 instead of bishop takes h5 was a little more of a kind of cutthroat move.
Okay. I agree. And this move, by the way, c5, Black is fighting his way back into the game. If he can play knight c5, and he's in there with a shout.
And don't forget, I don't like bishop h6. I was going to say that bishop on g7 is actually stopping f5.
Right. Now suddenly it's all
e3 is
gone
hang,
wrong.
but look at this little...
No!
Look at that little tactic, Yasser.
Hey, Hakimate.
Oh, and he's getting out of there. Ooh.
Whoa! Holy cow. What a game.
Oh my goodness. That is a big result there.
Truly. Now why? Okay, so this time he didn't play h6, by the way. He actually just got on with business with c6.
Yep.
Now, again, unfortunately for me, as much fun as this is, I'll be going after this match, but I did want to say that this chessbrah party number 5 was rocks. This was awesome. It was all worth it, this match, man.
And Yasser, you get to be here in the commentary booth. This is
I know.
And people pay good money for this.
Calling the action with you, Amon, that could be sweeter. That's great. Yeah, I was about to say, White kind of jimmy jammed himself up. He couldn't take on c4 because the rook on d1 was hanging, so knight c4, bishop c4 would have been fatal.
Yep.
But this is not actually helping because knight a6, and you still can't take the pawn. don't do it.
Well, the thing is, knight. I mean, here, do you just play b5? Okay, a5 is for maybe for bishop b4, but a5, b5.
Yeah, I was actually of the knight a6 kind of school of chess. Develop, keep the bishop can come to b5 on a good day. Now white has won back his pawn. Now white's for well, maybe not. Yeah, white's for choice.
But the queen has to go somewhere that's not exactly intuitive, like
Right.
queen d2, you're running in a rook d8, knight e4, queen b3, there's a4. You know, there's just a few trickies.
Yeah, but a4 I can deal with. Then you chase me to, I don't know, e3. Well,
It's weird. You just keep attacking the queen there.
yeah, it's true. It's like, okay, I don't have a nice safe square. Okay, bishop b4. That's a relief because queen c1 and you can't tickle anymore. Oh, I was about to say knight d4. I thought the position called for knight d4 there a moment ago.
Okay, there's a bunch of moves. Knight b6. I mean, he's going queen e6. He's looking for pressure tactics. He's gonna leave that rook.
Agreed. 100% agreed.
Knight g4. It's tricky because if that bishop gets to c5, okay, I was gonna say feels like the right call to take that diagonal because that's a very dangerous one to hand over.
Absolutely, and it does have the benefit of defending f2, and you can get the fork in, but also
I don't think it's enough for black here, Yasser. What do you think?
No, because of queen g5. Don't forget about queen g5. Queen g5 will hit
like after rook c2.
No, like right now it hits g7. Yeah. It hits g7 and the bishop, and that's like, oh no, he played h3. He missed queen g5.
Yep. He definitely missed queen g5 there, but at the same time, he's got a good position, so he's not losing a lot by doing that. A3, rook e1. Like, I think he's got things relatively under control here, but yes, it doesn't matter who has more material. We know.
I know. These games, both players are swinging for the fences, Aman. It's just, holy cow. It's really hard to call the action because the games have been so competitive that somebody's going to give the other guy a chance to crawl right back into it. Bishop f8. I think that's a really good move, by the way, because the g7 was hanging in so many variations, and now what you really need to do is, okay, he's just prepared rook e1. I was about to say you really need to move the light square bishop so you can play knight f5.
Yeah, and he's done rook e1. I like it. That's a very energetic move.
Agreed. Although that was huge that he could get that move in.
Takes and bishop. Queen takes f2, and this is just a stone cold blunder, right? Queen c4 picking up the bishop.
Oof. Oof.
That's a W for Big Eric. With the win there, he's going to regain that slight lead, 3-2 in the match right now, Yasser.
Okay, so the forfeit's counting, or what's happening?
No, it's not. So if anyone's confused, much like I was, about the score next to their names on chess.com, it is a little bit messed up right now because these guys had one game where Kurt's disconnected on move 2, and his opponent said, I don't play that way, don't count it, and give me the black pieces twice, I don't care. He came back, he won the next game. So that disconnection is not counting. But every other game is, and the score is 3-2 right now for Eric Kurtz.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay. By the way, good move g3. Beautiful long diagonal.
Yep.
Did not like this last move. That has my spidey sense tingling. Bishop e3 looks really good for white as that bishop is going to post up on c5. He didn't do it.
And it's sort of weird that I don't know. I mean, Kurtz is stubborn. We know that about this Pierce, but I thought it was the most one-sided game we've seen the last time they played this line. So I don't know why Kurtz is going into it again.
Right, he definitely got out of that position.
Man, he really vamoosed out of there. He didn't even want to look at how bad it was anymore.
It was brutal. It was brutal. Okay, ugly pawn structure for sure for black. But how to exploit it? I'm thinking about knight d1 with the idea I'm defending b2 and I want to go bishop c3. He's just gone for the direct knight e5.
Yep.
And I can support that.
Well, he's gonna get some trades like rook e2. I don't know. It's still good, but I like the way that Kurtz's pieces are mobilizing here, and I just feel like you could have kept him tied down a little more.
Yeah. Now, but okay, ace.
Wow, he did not take. Oh my goodness! But why didn't you keep the bishop? Like bishop h6. That's a nasty type of pressure to have around the king.
Totally agreed. Now here, Bobby Fischer loved his bishop on b3 in the Fischer variation, the Najdorf. He'd love to put that bishop on b3. Ooh, look at this! Some tricky.
I can't.
He's still got the bishop h6 combo idea in the back of his head too.
I can't say that this is enough. Rook d7. I think Kurtz has got to be thinking his lucky stars out of that opening. That's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, he dodged the bullet. This is and maybe he had rook e8 check and rook a8, but now black has got a nice setup.
Yep, I still prefer white though, especially in the sense that sometimes in these blitz matches we've seen so far, it's whoever really has that playable position, whoever has sort of the push, the pull. White can sort of run his king up to a5 pretty effortlessly, and Kurtz has got to be playing good defense here.
That's a good point. I mean, whoever's got the initiative has been playing really well. Here, something like, bishop e4 and rook e7. I think that this rook on e5 is really active and it bugs me. So I really wouldn't want that rook to hang around. Oh, here, d4.
Oh, he missed. Yeah, d4 there. The king is coming to d4. This could definitely be a big push for Hamadan.
Yes. Now. Okay, but wait a minute. Rook c. Okay, he stopped rook c4.
Yep.
But here, there's bishop c2. Ooh.
Rook b7's not the path I would have taken. There is bishop c2, which I think was... You want to try to get that pawn to move up, but c4? Oof.
Whoa.
Hang on. I did not see that one. That's a strong move.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Especially if you can capture on d5 with the pawn, that will break up the bishop on e4, and d6 is suddenly over.
Yeah,
this is over.
Yep, this is a big play for Hamadan here. If d6 happens,
wow.
Yep,
the end game, Endspiel.
King c6.
Wow. Yeah, he's done it. He's looking
I don't like that one. There's no rook c1 check. I don't like that.
No rook c1, and you're gonna queen. Oh, that just resigns. That just wins. You can't play rook c1.
He had to go rook b3 there. I think that was the best one.
Yes,
because even rook b2, there's rook c2, but no rook d2. So you got to go rook b3 to give yourself both checking files.
Exactly.
All right, and we have another English here, Yasser, in your name. Sorry, go ahead.
It was funny. Earlier, I was playing with Eric.
Yes.
And my opponent had played b7, b6, and I had a shot e4, e5.
I saw that. And I think maybe this guy did as well. He played a much better move, rook b8.
I mean, they're learning.
Okay, and I think these positions, so often they just look symmetrical, what have you, but Kurtz has just jumped out to a pretty serious time lead.
Yeah, and again, you're right that they look symmetrical, but bubbling under the surface is actually some really good stuff. And I've won a lot of games as white by just doing what is happening here.
Yep.
Just taking more squares, going queen d2, bringing my rook to the c file, putting my knight on d4. Eventually it goes to c6, and suddenly it's like black says, what did I do wrong? I'm getting killed.
Yep. I think f5 is a nice way to continue for white, because if you go d4, you run a knight b6, and you don't want to be giving away those squares. So that pawn on d3 is so nice.
Yeah, and now we really see the difference. The knight on d4 hitting the pawn on b5. Okay, he's just won a pawn, has Kurtz. He's in cruise control.
Yeah, this is a big
Look at
position.
This. Knight takes d6 on tap.
And knight b6 played. That at least looks like a move that covers some things.
Right.
That looks like a good one.
Okay, so we can reset ourselves with moves like, I was about to say knight d4 and b5 c6, but this is just I was about to say e4 e5 is overwhelming. This is a good exchange sack.
It's overwhelming, but maybe, yeah, first of all, love the exchange sack. But on e5, if I was black there, I would probably play d4 without thinking. Just gotta sack again.
That's right. That's right. It's pawn number 2, but you've got to sacrifice the second pawn. You get a d5 square in some play. Here, this was a good exchange sacrifice. White should not really have given his opponent this opportunity.
Yep. And I agree with you, Yasser. I love the sacrifice here, and I think that's the type of thing is sometimes when you're so focused on the material count, you rule moves out. You're like, okay, he can't do this because I got this. But then he does it anyway, and you're like, wait a minute, man, I really sort of took my foot off the gas there because Kurtz had such dominant control. Now I think it's flipped entirely, and I would love black's position in blitz here.
Well, indeed. Knight d5 is setting up a queen b6 check. That's why we saw this move, and that's why we saw bishop g7.
What are these moves? What the heck?
Yeah. Black is angling for queen b6 check.
Right.
And that's why we're seeing white do these strange contorted moves. And black is putting up, getting the
knight
real.
Knight c3 is a huge move with bishop d4.
Precisely. Huge initiative. Okay, bishop d4 check. Oh dear.
Yeah, picking up that knight as well, and the b7 bishop's defended. There's nothing. That is just a stone cold tactic.
Wow. Wow.
Look at that. Holy smokes, and look how things have changed, Yasser. All of a sudden, the lead is to the Irishman.
I know. And it was just snap of the fingers too, right? Okay, finally he delayed the move e4.
This is a much better attempt.
Version, yeah. Okay, here there's a good reasons for stroking in the move h6. The idea is sometimes this knight on f6 actually runs out of squares. Right. So when you play a move like h6, you actually give yourself h7 too.
Right.
Okay, he's going for an ending. Well,
yeah, I think Kurtz is generally the one that would be angling for endgames between the two, and for the most part, even to his detriment, we saw Killian try to keep those ladies on the board. He very much prefers it. He wants Kurtz to castle here, and he wants to say, hey, bishop h6, I'm going to mate you.
And not only that, there's an e7 guy hanging. Well, okay.
Right.
I don't know. Kurtz has some weird style. He likes the blockading knight. We've seen this knight come to e6 on an occasion where maybe it just didn't belong there. I mean, frankly, but
C3 is just a fan. Oh man, nothing feels better than that. What a great position for white here.
That's what we call a pawn chain.
Yep, I love a4 as well. Getting that bishop check. The king's gonna have to move here. I think Killian is playing fantastic right now. Yeah,
no, he's really especially the whole series of moves that just occurred there were really nicely done.
That knight d4 move doesn't quite work. Bishop e5 is now protected, and
By the way, time to break up the guys with b4, right?
Yep. b4 for sure. Threatening maybe knight c5 and b takes. Also potentially just taking a5, going rook b1. Love the position because look at what's happening. Yasser, you didn't use his h rook to defend f7, so now he's got like both rooks kind of jumping into each other.
Ooh, there was a straight. Okay, I thought he was going to recapture with the knight. Okay. Recaptured with the pawn. Okay,
I can accept that though. Great, great position.
White still for choice. I mean, look at that beautiful b file. Okay, f6 was forced. This bishop on g7 was pathetic, and he just needed to do something.
Queen a6. I feel like the queen going back to a6 could just be a target for rook b6 double in the future. Maybe you just go straight for the rook b1 move here.
Yeah, but I was wondering why he needed rook c1. I think rook b1 right away.
Yeah,
that's
for sure. It's just a free tempo.
He was very chill.
I think at this point, without calculating too much, you might have to just play f takes e5, because I think
Well,
this king c8 move is the type of move that you're gonna lose. Like,
especially when you see rook b6 and c6, and you go,
oof.
"Oh, this has disaster written
Well,
all
you
over it."
gotta like take, but after king d7, there's a nasty e6, Yasser.
Oh, where's the towel? Throw in the towel. Okay, hold on. We gotta.
Queen
it's gotta be
d4
a
is an
nice
idea.
play that-
Let's not forget.
A nice checkmate here somewhere.
Bishop e7.
Wow.
So queen d4 loses material, can't be played. He's got to react to that hanging rook.
Right. And I think the reason for bishop e7 is he wants, yes, exactly. He wanted to be able to play bishop d6, and so he's forced the king into the center.
Ooh. And he does have queen takes d4 next, though. So bishop d6 was played, threatening a lot of very good things. I love that move.
That's it. That's the game.
Yeah, that should be. I'm trying to look for some tricks here for
nasty. That is a really powerful move, bishop t6. Holy smokes.
Yeah. Because you just can't stop rook c7, b8, a lot of moves.
Right. And he's inviting rook c7.
Yeah. Rook c7 and b8 is just the forced mate in 2. So he's got to go king e6, and you know that the guy's going to get mated if he goes out there.
What?
Well, if I'm doing my math correctly here.
Right, yeah. Just a second. Let me get out my calculator. That's a lot of points on the material. Uh-oh. What do you say about the TSA guys? You know, that are like touching you everywhere.
Touching you everywhere, exactly. Wow, things are sort of falling off the rails here. It's now 5-3 for Killian.
Right. 5-3, and it's the first to 6.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This is that's a lot of wins in a row, and are we going to get a 6 right here, or yes, we've seen this score jump 2-3 points in one direction. Is it suddenly going to go in the exact opposite?
Well, it's like one of those things, right?
Yeah.
Okay. White's been getting good positions. Okay, a5. Now, normally speaking, you're better off delaying the move d3. The immediate knight e1 with the idea knight c2 to b4 is considered good for white.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, this is not that bad for black, because again, you're not going with the whole b4 idea, and what you've got is a really good square on d5, but that's about it. The rook could go to b8 and just chill.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he wants to play b4 maybe on the next
He
move.
definitely should. Yeah. Well, he's got to combine it when AB, bishop takes d5, and knight takes b4 is not untapped.
Right, and I wanted to do that instead of e3 when the king was on g8.
Exactly.
It felt right to me there.
Okay, now the game could easily go in black's favor because the bishop on g7 is actually pretty darn good. You can always play e5 takes f4.
Yep.
And the bishop is actually suddenly not bad.
And Kurtz is up, I want to say, a significant amount of time at this point. 30 seconds is pretty valuable starting off the game here. But g5, I got to say, I feel like Killian is playing the type of position that he wants to be playing.
Exactly.
He's pushing pawns, queen h4 is coming. The moves are sort of flowing. He does have to watch out for knight c7, maybe.
Yes, good point. I mean, in your enthusiasm to get an attack, sometimes you just don't want to overlook those little forks.
Yeah, and now, I'm starting to second guess myself after that exchange, which I'm not a fan of for black.
Not one bit. I mean, that was repulsive. Why would you take that knight on d5? Now, suddenly, if white could play a4, knight c4, rook g1, it's just got overwhelming positional domination.
Agreed.
So just, you don't, now black real trouble.
Yep, he's got to play rook g8 and...
Oh, I beg your pardon. Why didn't he? I was expecting queen h5 as an answer to knight h4.
I thought so as well. As it's turned out, I think it works for him that he might have bishop f5 and go for this. After queen h4, there's queen h3, sort of holding things together. But yeah, I thought queen h5 was a tougher move to meet.
This is this is completely crushing for white. Here, I mean, the bishop on e4 is so totally dominant.
Yeah, queen h3, I like it.
Yeah, the knight on h4, if you think about it, it's Tsuji. The knight on h4 is dominated by the bishop on e4.
There it is. And no matter what pieces you bring over, like bishop f6, all of a sudden that knight can't really move because of queen takes h6, so probably knight f3 here.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of a4 in such positions so that I can go knight c4 and queen e6. I don't even worry about the knight on h4 trying to trade it or anything. Like you just you just stay there for the rest of the game.
Exactly.
I'll go queen e6 and put my knight on c4. Oh, this is being very cooperative now.
Yep.
Because
should be good for Kurtz. As black, you almost want to just play like b5, c4. Just try to mess up the coordination a bit.
And that was why I've been kind of like drumming for a4 and knight c4. Not bad.
The other thing, Yasser, that we can't forget is 14 seconds ticking down. So Kurtz might have that in mind, and even a queen trade here may secure the result he needs.
Okay, I'm thinking he should play queen e6. No,
Let's not forget that knight on h4, as Yasser pointed out, is completely stuck. So a move like queen e6 here, even check, knight c8, a lot of really, really strong moves. Knight c8 takes d6, looks pretty good.
Right, and I was thinking with the knight on c4 that I wanted to put the knight on knight on c4 and the queen on e6. But okay,
yeah, I like that.
He decided to trade.
I think it's good just because you're not the queen f5. Yeah, and you're going to take care of business there. Nice.
The pre-move. Did you see the pre-move? He was expecting c8.
Yeah. No, and at that point you almost have to pre-move, or there's just no chance, right, to get those moves out. So Kurtz is going to have to do what he has had trouble doing most of this match, which is winning from this opening position. It's always been good positions for the Irishman. And it's now 5-4, guys. And a win for Kurtz here would pretty much set us up for a photo finish again.
Another photo finish. Wow.
F4. Yeah, I just don't know, Yasser. I always like these positions for white. Oh, and is he gone again? Is the connection lagging? No. Kurtz is in a new location. He's back. He's back. Kurtz is back on the field. He is back on the field.
And he's played knight b6, so it's okay. He is not disconnected.
He is back on the field of play here. And the match goes on.
Right.
He's got one bar, Yasser. It looks like he's struggling, just barely connected. He's hanging on by a thread.
Low internet speeds. Yeah. That photo finish reminded me of one of my favorite stories ever. Dado Tan Nam is like a chess Midas from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. He had race horses, and he won the Melbourne Cup, the most prestigious race in Australia, 5 times. And he was telling me about one race that came down to a photo finish, and nobody knew what happened. And his horse won by a nose, and the way he told the story was so wonderful. And I said to him, so Dado, what did you win? What did your horse win? And he said, 6 million Australian dollars. And I said, well, that sounds like a lot. And he said, yes, sir, but my needs are great.
My needs are great.
Still one of the great lines, right? Yes, but my needs are great.
Man's got to eat.
That's got to eat. My needs are great. Okay, so somehow this Kurt's struggling.
He always
back
weasels
again.
into a decent position. It's amazing how it happens from this open.
You're using the right word, weasel, because it's grotty, but okay, he's in there with a shout. So bishop a3. Okay, he played a4. I was kind of like bishop a3 to provoke the move b4, then maybe bishop back to b2, and then you could break things open with a3. He went with a4 right away.
Yep.
Not bad.
Yep, not bad. Opening up the big diagonal there from g2 to a8.
And by the way, big diagonal. There's going to be a lot of touching going on suddenly.
A lot of TSA. And that knight on a6, guarding that c-pawn. Again, it's somehow he's in this game with a shout, and hey, to his credit, he's even up on time.
Wow. I have always admired Hikaru Nakamura. I don't mean this. I mean, he's incredibly resourceful player. But one of the things that he does extraordinarily well is difficult positions, even, I dare say, bad positions. You get bad positions. He plays them very quickly.
He plays them almost better than the good positions. That's scary.
Like what's going on, dude? It's like he's just playing all of these moves very quickly, and his position's bad, but he doesn't let it deter him.
Yep.
And he just keeps a great brisk pace, and you go, my God, like the guy's resourceful. He plays well in bad positions, like it's nobody's business. By the way, great move, knight f6.
Are we going to see knight takes f2? Because if this move, I thought bishop a7 was potentially lights out.
Exactly. That's what I thought too.
Okay, c-pawn is also loose. Don't forget that. There's a knight b2 trick.
And don't forget, there's an a pawn. Ooh, that's a juicy move.
He's going to go
free
back.
a pawn. Would you allow knight b2?
He's just going to go. He's just going to push that pawn. I like that decision.
Exactly. I like knight d6 now. Knight David 6, followed by bishop c4.
I think he's putting the clamps on him here, Yasser. 45 seconds, though. Let's not forget how insane the last game was, and it was just never decided until the very end.
True. But, I mean, come on.
I know. You have
bishop
to
c4.
feel. Bishop c4 is a killer. It hits everything.
It sure does. It really hits everything.
Knight f7 is also a threat there, but he's thinking. He's played it. He's at least played that.
Okay. Right. And by the way, that does open up the D file in case, you know what I mean?
Knight f7 is a big move. There's like knights to take.
Right. That's the problem.
Too many options.
Too many good options.
Yasser, he's thinking so much. He's got 23 seconds. Move.
Hey.
Knight e5. Oh, what a bad move. That cannot be accurate. Pawn takes.
Oh, no. Knight e5. He could have gone knight e5 check.
Rook d3, bishop there, rook d8.
He's setting up a trick. Oh, he could have taken the rook and he could have taken on d3, and a1 was hanging.
Oh, he could have taken on d3. That's right. That's the better way to do it.
There was an ambush. The bishop was perfectly primed.
Well, let's see, though. I have a feeling. Now, King g2 is a great move. I was very scared.
I was exactly. I was about to say King g2. Just make sure that you don't walk into a disastrous check. Oh, that was a clever move, just to take on g5.
Oh my goodness. There's got to be a mate. You got to take that. Oh, 3 seconds. 3 seconds, Yasser. Does he have it?
Push the pawn. Mate.
Oh, there was mate, but he's done it. Yeah. He has done it. That is it. I think that is the official match. That is 6-4. And he has taken down the monkey, mannered monkey, in the rematch. The rematch clause invoked. What a match. And Ireland proud in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, Danny boy.
All right, it's over.
Irish eyes are smiling.
Hello, boys.
All right. Bit of redemption for myself there, I think, but yeah.
A bit of redemption, yeah. Again, it seemed to go down to these final games. How did you feel about the match there, Killian, from your end? That I know that Kurt's disconnected one game. Did that throw you off at all? You said, "Hey, let's just play on. I love my position."
Yeah, you got the extra white, I was happy. I think I had a good position at that point anyway. He just had a bad bishop where it was just blocked behind its pawn.
Right.
But I think the difference with this game was, like, I think with the whole match, my black openings were okay. But it was white, I was like getting 50-50 positions. And this time around, the queen d2, bishop g5 line seemed to work well. Like, I don't think that b5 system is pretty good. I think it just gives white a slightly better position.
Yeah, I think Yasser was very critical of that choice from you, Kurtz. What did you think about those positions? It seemed like he was getting a lot of space, but to your credit, you were weaseling out.
I completely forget what I'm supposed to do there. I don't know if it's knight d7 or b5. I don't remember.
Right.
So I was just like alternating between them because I couldn't remember like one is wrong for a very specific reason, and maybe it's knight d7 because of e5 or something. But I just couldn't remember. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think maybe I have to play like h6. I have to throw in h6 at some point.
Yep, actually, that's exactly what Yasser said. That throwing in h6 was a big move.
Okay, yeah. So I just kept forgetting that, but okay. I mean, learning experience, I suppose.
I suppose it can't be a surprise. As soon as a couple of beers are thrown into the mix, it gave the Irish person the edge, you know?
No, I think I had a great momentum to start off with, and then like I just disconnected, and I don't know if you guys I don't know if you guys could tell, but I was disconnecting throughout every single game.
Yep.
Like every game I was disconnecting, and so like chess.com wasn't telling me whether I was disconnected or not. It was just showing Killian's time as picking up.
I know what you mean, Eric. We saw that from our end, the 1 bar connection, and you actually did dip out like at least once or twice fully. So we know that impacted things, but at the same time, credit to Killian because he said, look, whatever, I'm going to play through it. I'm going to take this extra black as well. And, he made it work. And that was at the point, as you said, Chris, when you had the momentum, because you started off this match very well. I thought, man, is Killian going to be going down early? But what did you make of the beginning of the match there, Killian? How did you regroup? Because, man, the pressure was on. He was up early.
I think I was still on a bit of tilt from the first set of games. And, yeah, I think I just dropped the piece absolutely horribly.
Yeah.
And no, but I think Eric played well, like really well in some games. I think he knows his English like really well, and like you're playing very fast. You know the system really well. It's very difficult opening to get anything against anyway. So yeah.
But I'm playing fast because I just like I can't because I'm gonna disconnect. So I have to build up the time, like because I need the time to like refresh my browser for good 20 seconds. So.
Yeah. No. But the rematch means that in the future, I think the stage is set. The UFC octagon is set. It's 1-1. I mean, we got some other stuff to get to today, but I think that's pretty much all the fans could ask for. 1-1 in matches. And how do you boys feel about in the future maybe settling the scores, breaking the tie?
Yeah, definitely. I think, as I said earlier, like Kurtz has improved a hell of a lot. Like he's a lot better than I expected him to be, and I totally underestimated him at the start. So yeah, fair play.
Kurtz, what about you, buddy?
Sure. Yeah. Whenever you guys want. Well, hopefully it's gonna be a bit weird for me over here for the next few weeks. So I'm not sure. I can't commit to anything right now.
Yeah. Well, we gotta make sure that you have time to do your training, your sparring partners. Make sure to give you ample time. You lost your 2,500 rating during this match. There's a few storylines.
Yeah, I was way underrated though as well. Like I don't play too much really on chess.com. I don't even play that much Blitz online the last while. So yeah.
Yeah, matter of fact, I don't play chess at all. Well, guys, I think the stage has been set for the future, but I think I join Yasser in saying that there's just hasn't been this much entertainment in a while. So thank you both for like an incredibly entertaining match. You guys said you may have been embarrassed by the quality of play, but I quote Yasser directly when I said you should be proud.
Yeah, no, it's a privilege having Yasser commentate my games. So yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, no, the VOD is there. You can go check it out. Yasser had a great time, and we're going to get set for more matches on the channel, guys, but I'll just say thanks to you. Congrats, Kurtz, for the first match win. Congrats, Killian, for the second. We'll have to do this again.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Cheers.
All right, cheers.
Yeah,
take care, boys.